what should we talk about now? Come on, don't look at me like that. Okay. Anything you want to talk about with Pokemon? I think you keep up more with its current shenanigans than I do. I only recently found out that they have another new starter set of Pokemon. I wasn't even aware of that. And this time a bunny, I think, is a part of the starter set. The last starter set I was made aware of and forgot about had to do with an owl, a seal, and a emo cat looking thing.
I don't know about the new starter pack. Because actually I gotta re-download my Pokemon Go because it's actually really funny, like, and I actually just gotta probably just get like a holding phone in general. But I don't remember being a new starter, like, because at the most part, a friend of mine, he would know because he's like really into it, and like we used to like go everywhere.
Or the Pokemon Go game?
Yeah, like when we would go to Six Flags and everything, like it's a lot of Pokestops in like Six Flags and like a whole bunch of like rare Pokemons. Like I swear, it's like certain parts of Chicago that probably like are nicer. Has everything. Like all the good Pokestops are like in a nicer parts. And it's like, do people even come over here to play Pokemon Go? Like what the heck, yo? Like, like over here, we don't have any good Poke like thing. Like we have like the same ones and like, but everyone over here that plays it, like it's like everyone's going after the same thing. So it's like I haven't been playing Pokemon Go because, you know, life.
Yeah.
So I really haven't had the time to play. And when I do think about playing it, it's like it's too late now because I'm back to where I already live at. So it's like, forget it. So
Woo-woo.
I know.
Okay, so that's your take on Pokemon Go. Me personally, I was kind of interested in playing it, but when I heard about how janked up it makes your phone, running out the battery, getting it to heat up really hot and all other stuff, and then also the glitches I was hearing about with the game, because I guess it was like in its prototype stages when it was released and they were still working bugs out and everything. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna wait. And then I ended up just never doing it because I never did hear anyone say anything about how the battery burner issue was taken care of. In fact, I've only just saw like advertisements in stores like Best Buy or whatever saying, why don't you buy a portable charger for you to charge your phones? Great for if you're using or playing Pokemon Go. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take one of these, but I'm not playing Pokemon Go.
It does drain your battery, like, because it takes so much. It does take a lot. Like, I swear, I could be like at 90%, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. Play like 10 minutes of Pokemon Go, I'm already at 30%. I'm like, what the heck, man? I didn't caught like one Pokemon, lost like 10 Pokeballs. Like, what the heck? Because like, it's pros and cons. Like, the battery life sucks. But it like depends on where you, well, like I said, pros and cons. It depends on where you live at, because, and it depends on like if you're driving and if you're not the driver, but like you're like the passenger, somebody that's in the back or whatever. Like if you are just have it on, and like say if you guys, the best time to play Pokemon Go is in traffic.
For real?
That's
like
best.
Not if you're driving, right? Not if you're driving. If you're driving, just have somebody else like have it for you, and like just have it for you. Like have somebody else have your Pokemon Go on and catch like Pokemons for you. But the best time to play is when you're in traffic, because you might pass by a Pokestop. Okay, so we're gonna move on for this because there's no need to talk about those teams that they had. Those 3 teams for Pokemon Go.
Do you even know the teams, or you just
It
gonna
was
say
Mystic, Valor, and Emblem or something?
No, it's
I know Mystic was definitely one.
Mystic is definitely one because everybody.
And Valor.
Yeah, Valor, Team Valor. But yeah, it's Mystic, Valor, and why can't I think of it?
I think it was the yellow one.
Yeah, it's the yellow one, but I can't think of their name. What did you say? I don't think it was an Emblem, or it's something else. It's because you barely hear about the yellow one. All you hear about is Mystic and Valor, because those are the main ones that go at each other. Like you barely hear about. Yeah, we're just gonna call them Yellow Team because I can't think of it.
Team Yellow represent in the comments.
Team Yellow, y'all slow, just like the yellow light. That's why y'all don't get mentioned.
Hey, yellow is meant for caution, not slow. Okay, so
slow
come
down.
on, down.
Slow down when you win. There's a yellow light. What does it mean? Slow down.
Okay, but back to actual Pokemon though. What was your favorite types of Pokemon? Like any specific ones, or did you like actual types like grass or fairy or psychic or
I didn't have
whatever?
a specific one. It just depends on like just if I like them or not. Like I like ponytail. I like
Oh, yeah, that was a cute one.
yeah. I loved Silly. Is that what his name? Or is it just Seal? I like the Seal Pokemon. It's SE. I want to say it's just Seal.
You want that newer?
No, the older one.
Oh, the white one that had the little horn.
Yeah, and it's a SEAL. It says Seal, so I'm guessing it's just Seal. Like I don't always like know the names, but like if I like, it's like I know them if I see them. But did like always have to say their name? I'm like, look, it's like how many Pokemon now? But it just depends because
there's a lot. Like
there's
almost
like
too many.
so many. So it's like
I'm still wondering what the frick do y'all people even eat? Because some people are like, they eat Pokemon, and then others are like, no, they have regular animals too. We just don't really see them often. So that's what they eat.
Why? Because the Pokemon eat them? Like, I don't get it. I thought they just ate little bite-sized little morsels of things. Like, like, I don't know. Like
everyone's a vegan? Everyone
is a vegan, or they all got what you call it, bento beans, those little things that Goku and them eat when they're like
sensu beans.
Yes, everybody just has some sensu type beans.
Everyone has the magical plant beans grown by a talking cat. So I guess in this case, Meowth.
Yes. Somehow they all get together and they swap Pokemon and they get sensu beans and they get Pokemons for something and then they grow into be powerful beings. I don't know.
That's 8. But they're supposed to be like actual monsters though, because that's what Pokemon stands for, pocket-sized monsters. So it'd be weird if eating monsters was a normal thing for the society and not, just cattle or regular animals. But that might be what they actually did. Like,
I mean, technically,
how'd they even get Pokemon? Was that ever explained in the show? Because I don't remember.
Not to my knowledge, but I guess that could be normal because they are just sending their children out around the world by themselves to be, snatched up. So
yeah, but their society is different though. Like, there's still crime and whatever, but it seems like kidnappers are only concerned with kidnapping creatures. The Pokemon instead of the kids, or possessions instead of people.
The only good sex trafficker is one that kidnaps Pokemon.
Oh my god. Okay, but yeah, my type of Pokemons were just any of them that I found visually pleasing to the eye. Like, I like the way that they look. Like Pikachu, of course. I like the way Jigglypuff looked.
Really?
And what was that one? The one that horrifically wears the skull of its dead mother. Cubone? T-Bone?
Cubone.
Yeah, I always really liked that one, too, when I was little. I got happy anytime I saw that poor little thing on screen. I'm not sure why.
But you got feel bad for him. It was good to see him grow from that sadness and know that his mother was still watching over him. And finally, she went on, and he was happy, finally, to see that
but
she was
apparently
still
the
there.
cycle keeps repeating for each and every one of them, especially if they're female. So morbid.
What?
The cycle keeps repeating for each and every one of them, supposedly, especially if they're female, because each one of them at their base form is wearing the skull of their mother. So the cycle has to be continuously repeating. The tragic story that they gave for one specifically is that the mother died protecting them or something, I think. And so
that'd be messed up. If you're a female, you only get older. They don't have babies then. I think
it's the circle of life.
The circle of death.
And it moves us all.
It doesn't move us all because they're not moving anywhere but into the ground. Well, I guess they are moving down to the ground.
Yeah, except for, that one part of their skull that's traveling around with their infant child wherever it goes.
My mommy is still with me on my head.
Do you think the bone that it uses to attack with is also part of the mom?
Rib? Yeah.
Or maybe a leg bone?
Here, honey, take my head, go and take a part of my rib to protect yourself. I love you. But make sure I'm fully dead before you take it.
Right.
Wait at least 3 days. Like, dude.
Clean it in a river before you put it on. I don't want you getting sick. Oh my God.
Make sure you have a sharp knife to cut off my head to get to the skull.
Oh, jeez. But, the sharp rock, you mean? Unless he's stealing the knife from a human.
Knife, rock. I don't give up. I want to know how he got the skull. Did he just lay there and wait till she rotted away?
Oh, jeez. Probably.
The dark side of Pokemon.
It's always a dark side. It's nothing but dark side except propaganda makes it all bright and cheerful. But, yeah, so it's just, Pokemon like that. Like the Eevee, I like the way pretty much all the Eevee evolutions look, just about. Then there's
the purple
Vulpix. Yeah, Espeon.
I just want to say purple.
Okay. Umbreon was cool though. Umbreon got that deep voice, which I thought was hilarious when I first heard it.
Some more Eevee evolutions.
Yeah, I would like to collect all of them too in little plushy figurines.
Like, I don't want them
I just
too
want
big.
all the Pokemon that I like in small little figures. Digimon, however, I want big stupid plushes of them.
See, look, man, like I would have to have
But
like a separate
Pokemon,
room
I'm
just
fine.
for all what.
Just for all your plushies, just throw all the plushies in there. It's the plushie room.
And see, then the
You can
kids
jump in there
don't think
like you're
you're supposed to
Scrooge
go in
McDuck.
there and like play, and it's like, no, those are not for kids.
Nope.
But they're toys. No, they're not.
They're mine.
They're collectibles.
They might not even be collectibles because you know some of that stuff you have to get custom ordered from artists or whoever in order to have them, because official merchandise doesn't have it available or it got discontinued if they ever did, or the ones that they still have are ridiculously expensive because there's so few left, or they just look ugly. And I say this because of the research I've gone into looking for certain plushies and finding out for myself these exact things. But yeah, so you know, Ninetales was gorgeous.
Yeah.
For some reason, even though I liked Pichu, when that became a thing, which I don't know why they decided to have Pichu, to create Pichu to be the base form when it's Pikachu, because pretty sure when we saw the forest land of all the Pikachus, there was no Pichu babies there. There was just smaller Pikachus.
No, but the Pichu is dope.
But Raichu, I never cared for the design of that. I always felt like when I was little, Pikachu grew up ugly.
Yeah, I was never like.
But they actually somehow managed to fix the design and make it look cuter. You've seen those Hawaiian versions of the Pokemon where they're located in different areas. So some of the Pokemon that we know, like Meowth and whoever, I think like even Vulpix and stuff, you could see them in their Hawaiian versions and they'll have like different colorations or whatever to their design. And Raichu looks a lot cuter that way, like it just looks fluffier. And I'm like, aw, you're actually cute now.
Nice.
I kinda like you. But yeah, oh, there's Celebi, that legendary Pokemon. I really like that Pokemon when I saw it in the movie. Meowth's okay, I guess.
I like Meowth.
It's his evolution form. What is it, Persian?
Oh God! Wow, that was a nose.
It looked like a big albino panther, and I was like, yes, I want one.
Well, then it's like you like him in his Meowth form. He's like so cool and like I
Well,
don't know.
that's because
maybe because he's like
only because he's the one who speaks human. Okay, that's all.
so cool.
Oh,
Meowth,
and then,
that's right.
And then when they started, not nowadays, but back when they started adding more Pokemon, like Chikorita, love that little thing. It was adorable. I also thought Cyndaquil was the cutest. Totodile was okay. Not as cute as the other two, in my opinion. But its hyperactivity was cute. And just, you know, a whole bunch of Pokemon like that. I just have to find them cute in order to like them and want them.
I just gotta find them cool, cute, or whatever. Just like a bad A. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Like,
yeah.
it depends. Like, because they don't have to be adorable to me. But I have noticed that I am drawn to more cat, dog-like Pokemon.
Oh, yeah?
That I tend to like the most. Like, anything that's like an animal. Like, because they're all Pokemon. They're supposed to be like little monsters. But anything that, the more animal-like they look, the more I like them.
Bulbasaur is definitely cute, too.
So.
And I like Squirtle. Squirtle's G, especially the one who's the leader of a gang.
So it's like, yeah, the more animal-like.
With his sunglasses. He was cute. Yeah, it's just...
Pokemon
Growlithe.
right here.
You remember Growlithe?
Yes.
And whatever his other form was called? I like those too. He looked like just a big old dog lion to me. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I want to hug it. It looks so warm and fluffy.
You look so fluffy. It is cold.
I'm always
Let
cold.
me hug you.
Alright, so what else could we say about Pokemon? The trainers, you know. The trainers I always liked were, of course, Ash, Brock, and Misty.
I just ignore the trainers. I can care less about the trainers.
And Team Rocket was always fun. always
Sometimes I
liked
like
Jesse's
Ash,
hair.
and sometimes I like
I liked Ash a lot in the beginning. I had a crush on him, and then there were other times that I really liked him because he seemed, the way they portrayed him was that he seemed to actually be trying to communicate and understanding the Pokemon, both
yeah.
wild and those that he had. And he did put in the effort to train his Pokemon from time to time when they would show it. You know, wanting them to learn certain attacks or moves, and he would also train with them, like working out and stuff, instead of just dictating to them what they should do. He would try doing the human equivalent himself. And then there was also the fact that he was deceptively strong and could apparently climb up the side of a cliff with little issue. I ended up liking those things about him.
Ash was a Pokemon, y'all.
Right. He was a human formed Pokemon.
And who's my other favorite, like, trainer? Well, he kind of like was a cook. I can't think of his name.
Brock?
Yeah.
I like Brock too.
Yeah, I like Brock. Like, he was always just so sweet. Just always so sweet.
Yeah, he was like the mom of the group, but he was such a flirt though, and just him trying
Really?
to.
You think he was a flirt?
Brock was a flirt. He liked flirting with any girl around his age or older, like Officer Jenny, Nurse Joy, female trainers at gyms, like gym leaders, random women come across. And when I say Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny, I mean any of them. And apparently he can differentiate between them. Like he knows which one is who, even though they all looked exactly the freaking same to the rest of us.
I just want to know why, who had all these females that all look the same, like, what the heck? Like, are they
I believe
like
there's
clones?
a theory. Yeah, I believe there's a theory that they're clones, but apparently it's supposed to be a genetic thing in show. Like they actually showed it. Like some of them are twins or triplets or whatever, and if they're just a really big family that's spread out everywhere, and they all go into the same position or line of work. Except there was one.
Who was the first?
I think there was only one supposed Nurse Joy who wasn't a Nurse Joy, but an actual Pokemon trainer. She was tan, if I recall, and she had a Gyarados that knew a fire attack, if I'm remembering that right. It was such a long time ago. And she was considered by the others who came across her that she was the odd one in her family. And she's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's the rest of my family that are odd. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I saw, because I remember that just sticking to me, and I found that hilarious as heck.
What time they gave us like a Nurse Joy that wasn't a nurse.
Right, that was different from the rest. And it was like, yeah, I'm
Pokemon
pretty
Joy.
sure there's something wrong with the
Trainer
rest
Joy.
of my family.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, Togepi. You can't forget Togepi. Togepi was cute.
Togepi.
With Togepi finally evolved far later on in the series, I was so disappointed with what they went with. Like, he looked like a weird egg white bird. Like,
I think the fact that they made him so cute in his little first form, it's like once you make something so adorable and you get used to it, and then you see him grow up, it's like they didn't have anything else to do. They was like, well,
yeah,
can
it was
we
like
still make him with the egg? No, because you're supposed to.
No,
be,
the design on the eggshell was still on its body, and it was just like weirdly shaped.
Yeah, but he couldn't be like a big old
fly.
egg Pokemon. It'd just be weird.
Well, I mean, they could have made him a phoenix for all I care, like a white phoenix.
But that's already a type of phoenix type Pokemon, though.
So there are all other types of the
Yeah,
same type of
but for it to
Pokemon.
be white, it'd be like there wasn't original, and like Togepi was like a big thing, though.
Yeah.
So.
And then also Togepi was supposedly almost like a legendary, or at least in a certain part of the world, because Misty stupidly gave up her Togepi to a group of people who kind of stole it from her by accident, because I think something happened, so she lost Togepi.
She still had it.
And it was like a religion sort of thing. Nope. She ended up losing Togepi either because of something that happened otherwise, or because Team Rocket or whoever was stealing their Pokemon again. So, you know, they're on the search for Togepi. Some little girl finds Togepi and thinks it's a sign due to their culture or religion or whatever, that she's the now chosen one to lead their village or whatever the heck it was. A bunch of shenanigans happen. Misty shows up, wants her Togepi back. There's a bit of a tear fest because they're like, oh no, but it has to be our Togepi, the one that's supposed to show up if there's a destined blah blah blah. And so then Misty's just like hesitant about it, but then she's like, well, okay, if Togepi wants to say, then I guess it's fine, but I'll probably be coming to visit every so often or whatever. And they're all like, yay, and I'm like, you dummy. Your Pokemon that you've been caring for since before it halfway hatched out of its egg has finally evolved, and you just found it after getting it back. from some people who misunderstood that this Pokemon already had a trainer and you just let them keep it just like that. The person was already chosen by the Togepi, supposedly according to their rules, so you taking your Pokemon back shouldn't have been a problem. This is your Pokemon that you've had for the longest time. You don't even know what type of Pokemon Togepi was. It could have been that long-awaited fire type you've been wanting since day one.
Well, guess we never know because she's stupid.
Yeah. Well, apparently Togepi is either a flying or a fairy or both. I don't know, just from what I remember seeing, because it was flying around.
Fairies fly. I don't know. Man, I guess. But she's always been a bit, deep. So.
All of them kind of have been, honestly. Okay, so anything else we want to talk about on this? I always really liked James.
James was hot.
Yeah, he was. But,
until he opened his mouth. Then it was like, all right, that would have went quickly.
No, he's still pretty attractive though, except for, when he says lines that just kind of have you go, wait, what? Or cringe.
No, it's like when he shuts up and he just stands there, it's like, and then he just
stands there and looks pretty.
Yeah, and then he opens his mouth and you're like, okay.
What is it, like the things he say or the sound of his voice?
Some things he says, like when he was like, James, it's like, and then he'll be like, oh no, it's like, you done messed it up. All the manliness I have for you just went out the door with that one high-pitched scream. So
the one thing that always stuck with me, this makes me cringe anytime I hear it, is the one flashback they did of when James and Jesse first met, and they were supposed to be like really good employees of Team Rocket, like high standard, especially Jesse, and so they got formed on the team together. And so I'm like, so how do y'all end up being the lowest of the low?
Links?
Right. But anyway, Jesse was like, I hope you can pull your weight, and James, because I'm not gonna be holding you up or whatever, and James is just like trying to be all smug and cool. The only one who's ever had to carry me is my mama. And I'm like, no. This is the way he said it. And I'm like, why?
I know she okay.
She was just kind of like, we'll see. And I'm just sitting there like, why, James? Why?
Only one that carried me is my mama for your info. Okay. I mean, yeah, I got carried by mamas. Okay, yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's funny though.
And I don't understand how they haven't figured out how to make the money that they need or want by the fact that they have a Pokemon that speaks friggin' English and can translate what other Pokemon are saying accurately to everyone else.
Because they're stupid?
They're not supposed to be. Oh, and did you know that
maybe it's like
James
Dragon Ball Z.
A rich family?
The writer got tired of Vegeta and made him like the weakest link. Maybe the writer just got tired of them.
You think the writer got tired of Vegeta? Dude,
he went from being bad A to you weak little.
Yeah, I never understood that. Before the whole him becoming weaker, which was fine during the whole thing with Frieza because he got stronger up until the Ginyu Force and Frieza, which was Frieza's elite force that actually belonged to his dad. So that was understandable. But it was everything after that. Why? Especially with how rash and reckless he ended up becoming when he was a planner.
Because the writer got tired of him, and if you got tired of him, why not just kill him off? But I guess people might have been even more mad to see him killed off, and maybe
he was the prince of all Saiyans, who technically was king since his dad was dead.
Exactly.
But he's the king of nowhere because his planet was destroyed and nearly all of his subjects are dead.
And the ones that are alive don't show him no type of respect. They be like,
yeah. But Goku kind of shows him some respect.
Goku likes to keep him safe and be nice because Vegeta.
Goku likes Vegeta. For whatever reason, he wants them to be friends and thinks they are friends at one point.
Kakarot,
best buddy.
It's like Kakarot. It's Kakarot. It's super strong, but he's also super stupid. But he cares.
Yeah.
So he's strong, smart. He's he's strong,
straight
stupid.
Off for Pokemon and
how do we get to Dragon Ball Z? Sorry, y'all. Next time.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll talk about that next time. We're gonna end it here before we get any more off topic.
Yeah, we're already almost at 30 minutes.
Yeah. I might be able to shave that down just a little.
We'll see. Good luck.
All right. Thanks. All right. Deuces.
Bye.